What is up, YouTube? It is Angelo from Fear the Beard Football Channel. Sorry for the button-up shirt and the tie. Kind of, running to work. Been kind of busy the last few days, and haven't really had time to kind of sit down at home and really make a video between, getting off a little later than usual, and then, obviously, doing exercises through the coronavirus just to try to stay in shape, stuff like that. Now, real quick, I wanted to do a fairly quick video because I was reading an article where teams have all but given up on trying to break a deal with Jadeveon Clowney. My take on it, man, the guy, apparently he's asking for somewhere around $20 million a year, and I think he wants about a 4-year deal, something like that. And, don't get me wrong, Jadeveon Clowney is a very good player, and, I always was under the impression where going into that draft, I felt like Khalil Mack made more sense for the Texans to draft. You definitely saw the potential with him. If you went back and watched game footage, you kind of had a good feeling that he was going to work out in the NFL, even though he went to Buffalo. And, obviously he did. And granted, back then, there was really no way to 100% tell, and hindsight is 2020, but it worked out for him. And this isn't saying that Jadeveon Clowney has had a bad career. I just felt like Khalil Mack worked better in a 3-4 scheme as the outside, as the linebacker pass rusher, so to speak. Whereas Jadeveon Clowney always struck me as a edge rusher in a 4-3 defensive scheme. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, he got it together in his third and fourth season, respectively, and then also in the final season where he played with Seattle, it all came together. But I felt like his career would have had a better trajectory through those years had he had played in a 4-3 defensive scheme as the edge rusher. Now, my thing is Jadeveon Clowney worth the $20 million? This isn't taking away from him, because he's a very good pass rusher. At times, he can be a game changer. He's got elite speed. He's very athletic. He's just a big, strong, physical, athletic dude. And those are hard to come by. But I think he's worth money, but I've never viewed anyone in the NFL, I don't even think quarterbacks should be making the money that they should be making. Now, I understand if you want to get into some gross salaries, go in and see what the owners are making. Yeah, I get that. But I just don't think one man is worth $20 million. I think the athletes are overpaid. I'm sorry. I've seen multiple people play high school sports, and even college sports. They're not making anything off, what they do. Granted, you get to the league and that basically becomes your job, and you should obviously be compensated for that. But to be making upwards of 20, and then in quarterbacks' cases 30, and now we're going to be treading into the $40 million a year, side, I just don't agree with it. There's nothing in me that agrees with these guys making the amount of money that they make. And realistically, if I'm Jadeveon Clowney, I feel like you need to at some point kind of sit back and look and be like, do I want to retire after playing 5 years in the NFL, or do I want to actually sit there and make some more money in my lifetime, potentially win a Super Bowl, and just kind of cement yourself as one of the greatest pass rushers to play the game. Granted, through 5 seasons, he hasn't done that. And that's not saying that he's not a very good pass rusher, because he is. It's just obviously he hasn't played enough in the NFL, or at least long enough to consider him one of the greats. You have to be in the NFL for a certain length of time to be considered a great, in my opinion. You can't, even if Pat Mahomes retired today, I'm not going to consider him one of the greats. He just had a good first 2 seasons as a starter. So, a team I'd like to see him go to, honestly, this wouldn't make sense as far as how, the trajectory of this team going forward in this season, but I feel like he would fit well in with the Carolina Panthers. First of all, we don't have a said dominant pass rusher right now. They run a 4-3 defensive scheme. Last year, they obviously were at the 3-4, but, you know, they've been talking about that they want to get back to a 4-3 defensive scheme. So I feel like that would make the most sense because, I mean, we did get some guys, you know, like Yetur Gross-Matos and Derek Brown to solidify that front seven. I think we're going to be better than what a lot of people think. Granted that, you know, I'm going to contradict myself when I do my NFC South predictions, which I should be filming in the next couple days. But I just honestly feel like he's more natural in a 4-3 defensive scheme. That's what they ran at South Carolina. And, you know, I feel like he just put up his best numbers in that. I mean, granted, that was college, though. So, I mean, like, you can't really compare college to the NFL. Now, he's a smart guy because he adapted well to a 3-4 scheme. But that's just my take on it. You know, I think he's worth somewhere around $14 million a year. I mean, you got to think DeMarcus Lawrence a couple years ago or last season got franchise tagged and was making, I think, $14 million. And that was like, that's basically kind of the average of the top paid. Like, so you're trying to get paid almost, I guess that would be what considered 33% more than, I don't know. I mean, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm not good with math, but going from 14 to 20 million is a huge jump, in my opinion. And I don't think one man, if any man is worth $20 million, it's a quarterback, just because, you know, and maybe, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe a linebacker or like, I just don't see paying one man $20 million. I don't. You know, I know some of you guys out there are probably hardcore, like the players deserve to be paid, whatever, but not me. I mean, I feel like they deserve to get paid. I just don't feel like they deserve to get paid that much. So, you know, I hope that, you know, I hope you guys, you know, sympathize with me on that, or at least see my point of view of where I'm coming from, because I believe they deserve to make millions, but I don't believe they deserve to make $20 million a year. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, I used to play football for free, so, you know, granted, I didn't play it at that high of a level, but I'm just saying, like, you're fulfilling your dream, and you're making a lot of money to play 6 months out of the year, and like, you know, for a few months you have to do, you know, off-season workouts and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I understand that y'all are going to say that this is a whole lot different, but I mean, I don't know. You're fulfilling your dream. Like, I wanted to go play professional baseball, and if I had gotten that opportunity, man, I'm telling you, I would have never asked for a gross amount of money, because I'd much rather, like, if I was that good, I'd much rather try to take a sizable pay cut so I can put guys around me that puts me in a position to actually, like, you know, win not only a championship, but multiple championships. And I honestly wish that a lot of people had that mindset, because, I mean, that's being the ultimate team player. We saw Tom Brady do it, take pay cut after pay cut after pay cut, and look at how that panned out. A lot of people try to say he's the GOAT. Like, no, he shelled out a good chunk of his contract to put better guys around him. So that's going to do it for my video today, though, guys. I'm going to be uploading this here in a little bit, probably on my commute to work, maybe on a lunch break or something. I don't know, but it was really great talking to you guys. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed a lot of the videos I've been putting up, definitely hit that like, subscribe button, and make sure to turn that bell notifications on. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day. You guys know I love making these videos for you, and I hope you enjoy them. Y'all have a great day.